theme of this poem is the governmental oppression of disabled people in the UK and the weaponisation of suicidality to get people to give up on things like the PIP system so that the government doesn't have to pay them. The doctors tell me there is no more funding for the services to keep me alive. They send me home to stop my sodden shoes, dripping river water in their waiting rooms. They say I'm lucky I have family to stop me. Lucky I stopped. Unlucky that I stopped in times that don't quite qualify as an emergency. They say that they hope that I survive and that they are sorry. I'm prescribed my small dose of best wishes, and that is all between me and memorial. They say, no man is an island. But I am a gay, disabled, working class, autistic woman. And these days in the UK it feels more shorelines than sure thing. And making it to tomorrow takes a whole lot more than digging in when the ground keeps shuddering. This whole chunk of land uttering its last right prayers, wondering if it will be enough to stop us sinking. 130,000 of us buried at sea, thinking ourselves tucked away safely on coastlines quickly subsiding as we sleep forever peaceful under the scratch blankets of austerity. I can no longer afford to romanticise democracy. Mental health services that cease to be, or the decades I have spent lost on this seascape of suicidality that my government now hopes will silence me. I can no longer afford to romanticise it as an ocean at night, thick with black, curling up at the edges and licking with an unwelcome insistence that the horizon, blunt as trauma, a blindfold, and eyes gouged out with plastic spoons whose handles snapped halfway through, a dark as deep as the hollow of myself in which I've swallowed a sky full of hope. I felt nothing but the bloated toad nausea of the incoming inability to run from the danger. I can no longer pretend I see the moon dropping silver kisses upon crest tips, diamond dusting the blade of each wave. I can no longer dream of the silence of the sea. Not now. Not when I can feel the full force of physics plotting against me. Not when I know that every molecule wants to crash over me, crack through me, crate and bury me. Not when I've been lured to rest my head on riverbeds so often that one of my ears is still full of that poisonous sludge. I remember everything that drowning taught me. So I will no longer pretend I'm lost on a beautiful seascape waiting for sirens to tell me my fate as the stars show me how to get home. The stars are candles, extinguished by sea spray. The moon is a gunshot wound in the gut of midnight. The sea and I are no longer lovers. You are trying to kill me. I will not turn your violence into poetry. I will not pretend I believe in sunrises I have never seen, like hope or recovery. Just the ice-like touch of this murderous blue water, my half a boat floating, and me trying not to freeze to death, but ignoring my MP referring to me as just another person who refuses to learn how to swim on their own.